All right, guys. So today, big downside today. And I want to use this video today to show you why I've stayed short over the last 3 days. Since Wednesday, I have been holding SPY puts, and this is all explained through market structure. This is something I shared on X yesterday, shared the technicals, and have been talking about this on the morning live streams pretty much every day. But I never made a formal video about it and sort of showed you the positions that I've been holding because of this analysis. So today, I want to talk about why I've stayed short since Wednesday. This is all very explainable through technical analysis. And also, I'm going to share with you a live trade from today on the QQQ and sort of walk through the trade that I took today in the short term. So the long-term SPY put that I've been holding and some of the scalps that I've taken this week. We'll review my final tally for the end of the week. I'll bring up TradeZella to show you guys the performance. And on top of all of that, let's make sure we jump into the technicals today, get the new levels, because the market today is breaking through some key levels and there are definitely some new ones to be paying attention to. So I hope that this video does help you sort of prepare for next week as well. Of course, we'll be making more videos and more live streams to help you prepare as the days do proceed. So I hope you guys do enjoy this one. Press that like button, subscribe. It is Friday, man. Let's knock this video out. Let's enjoy the weekend. Let's refresh, let's reset, and let's come back for battle on Monday morning. All right, guys, so I am happy to say that after the really bad end of August, we have definitely made some great strides. We have had much better days, and we have been on the right side of the market very, very consecutively over the last 3 trading days, and there's a very clear reason why, and the technicals finally cleaned up, and we got out of that channel that we were trading in. We moved down to a lower structure, and it's been very clear since then. Finally, right? And we can see the result of that cleaner structure with better opportunities and better trades, and that is what you're seeing here. So far for September, guys, about $30,000, so about a $6,000 day here on Wednesday, a $21,000 day yesterday, and a $2,000 trade here on Friday. Today, I closed up a few of my SPY swing trades, and I also closed and scalped a QQQ put. Yesterday, which we can talk about this day, a pretty heavy day, all over the place, a lot of trades, but overall a really beautiful day. I did start the day with about $10,000 worth of drawdown, which I'm not that pleased about, but you know, this does happen when we are trading larger size. I ended up having a beautiful end of day trade here on the SPX, which really helped my day. This was right here. This was an 82% SPX trade. We can actually talk about this one in today's video. And this one did not have any drawdown, which I am very happy about. So you can see my entries and exits here. Entry right up here on that 55.15 level. Took some profits quickly because I wanted to make sure that I was locking in some profits with SPX. The volatility is crazy. Held out through the rest of this little sideways action and finally got the dump to the downside that I was waiting for. And if I go to the running P&L down here, you guys can see I really, at the peak of my drawdown, I was down $1,200 on this trade. So to make $25,000 and to be only down $1,200 in that trade, I'm very happy with how this trade worked out. We can go ahead and break this one down. But before we do that, just wanted to talk about today's trade. So we're going to go into today. Let's go back here. Let's go to today. And let's talk about the SPY put that I have been holding. This was right here. This was about a 45% all-in-all trade. Today, they were up about 100%. And I've been holding this since Wednesday. So I'm going to zoom out here, and you guys can see. I'm pretty sure TradeZella will be able to show this. Let me go ahead and get more time here. I'll get to the 30-minute chart on TradeZella. And you guys can see, right? I've been holding this since 555 rejections on Wednesday, Thursday, and sold some today, Friday. I've been just sort of stabbing the shorts up at that 555 supply. And I'm going to talk through the levels now and the chart now and really get into detail about why I've been so comfortable shorting this market, right? So all the performance and all the success that I've had this week has been due to understanding my SPY levels, my ES levels, understanding where the supply is, and just sort of trading that downside, trading that structure. So the SPY trade, the SPX trade, the QQQ puts today, all these puts that I've been able to profit off of this week is all due to this analysis, and that's really the core of what I want to talk about today. So really good start to September. Awesome start. We'll talk about this SPY trade in a little bit more detail in a second. We'll talk about that SPX trade. But before we do that, let's just get into the charts and let's really dive deep into the analysis and why the market has continued to stay lower. All right, guys, so this is the S&P 500 futures on the 1 hour chart over about the last 30 days. And I'm going to draw this chart out with some key market structure that I think will help you understand how the market trades, right? In a grand scheme, in a larger picture, how does the market trade? How does it move between these zones, these levels, these channels? And I want to go ahead and show you right now. So back here in the beginning of August, we had this channel that was trading between 5,400, right? So this is 5,400 right here, 5,400. I wish I could draw that out a little bit better. Man, what kind of terrible handwriting that is. 5,400 was the high, and the low was around 5,200. So this was about a 200-point channel that the market was trading in. Now, after the market got over 5,400, it entered into the next channel, right? It entered into this channel, which is where we're actually trading right now, which is between 5,400 and 5,570, right? We can see right here, 5,570. Very nice. 5,570, 5,400. Very clear next channel. So we have channel 1, right? And we have the channel 2. Now, once we got over 5,570, we created that next channel, which is right here, right? Channel 3. This is channel 3, and this was 5,570 to 5,665. And this was the channel that we were in over the last few weeks that I had a lot of trouble in. I just wasn't performing well as we were trading in this tight channel between 5,570 and 5,665. So recently, right, on Tuesday of this week, look at what the market did, right? It was structuring higher. It was stair-stepping higher, right? These are like blocks, like cement blocks. Here's one, here's the second, and here's the third. So if I clear this up, and we'll just take this day by day, right? Here's one, here's two, right? And here was the third, right? So we can see market is structuring higher. Previous highs into new lows. Previous highs into new lows. Structuring higher, stair-stepping higher, markets in a bullish situation. So the problems that I had in this week was I was looking for that fourth stair-step, right? That was sort of my game plan. All right, let's look for where number 4 comes in. Let's get a move over 5,665. Let's turn that previous high from structure 3 into new lows, and let's continue this market higher, right? And so I sort of had a bias there, and that's where a lot of my problems started to come in, is I was looking for that next stair step higher and that new low at 5,665. That clearly did not happen, right? So what ended up happening was the S&P 500 futures moved back into the previous channel, right? We had this one here. This is structure 2, right? This is 1. This is 3, right? And we fell back into number 2 right there. Look at how these are even, right? Right here, 5,570, 5,400. And you can see even today, and it's right around 1 o'clock, so the market is still trading. Look at how the market is holding 5,400 today, holding that low, holding the channel 1 highs and that channel 2 low right there. See how the market is reacting to that right now? Very, very key. We can see how that 5,400 is stepping up. Now, what kept me short this week over the last Wednesday, Thursday, and today? What kept me short on the S&P 500? And it is right here, guys. We can see we had this previous channel and these previous lows at 5,570. Now, if we zoom in, right? If we zoom in here, we can see how that previous channel low right here at 5,570, right there, turned into, and I'm actually going to make that green, the previous channel low here at 5,570 turned into new rejection highs, right? Look how beautiful and how clean that break and retest is. Previous low into new highs. And so coming into Wednesday, which is my first trading day of the week, we faded and took those puts off 5,570. That was also the same thing as 555 on the SPY ETF. So if I go over to the SPY ETF, you're going to see the same exact thing here. Look at this, right? 555, and look at those 555 rejections. Previous channel low of this structure point into new highs. Very nice, right? And I use that information to guide my decisions when I'm trading intraday, right? So we saw 55.70 previous low turn into that rejection. Now, logically, if you think in the bigger picture here, the market is not going to go higher unless, right, what has to happen for this market to go higher from, let's say, Wednesday or Thursday? We need to reclaim 55.70 and turn this back into a low, right? And so the market never did that, and that's why I stayed short, right? I stayed short because we never got the reclaim over 55.70. The market continued to reject that both Wednesday and Thursday, and I just said to the group, and I said to myself, as long as that ES is under 55.70, I'm going to hold on to some puts here, keep the size light, make sure I'm comfortable, make sure I'm not panicked on any kind of intraday move, and just watch this level objectively. As long as we're under 55.70, the pressure is on to the downside. The bears are in control. We went from a channel low here at 55.70 to a channel high, right? And so I am not looking to long this market if we are turning that low right there into a high. That is a clean break and retest. That is a clean structure lower, right? And so this concept and this sort of analysis is what really helped me stay profitable and be profitable and be on the right side of the market over the last 3 trading days. That is at its very simple, the most simple way to explain it. That is exactly it right there. All I did was I stayed short under 55.70. I stayed short under the previous channel lows, and look how beautiful this is, right? I stayed short under these channel lows. As long as those channel lows turned into new highs, I was short. And today, we see that drop and we get paid off for our patience, and our downside idea and our analysis definitely proved to be correct. Now, on top of that, we can add a few more confluences here, right? Not only was the 55.70 level rejecting, we were also stuck under the 20, stuck under the 50 SMA. That just makes me even more confident, right, to stay short on this market. So the question you may be asking now is, do we stay short, right? And let's do that analysis real quick and understand the market has moved lower. Where has it moved lower to? And is it now the situation to be avoiding the short side? And quite possibly, yes. And I'll show you why here. With the same levels, with the same analysis, everything the exact same. I have not changed anything on this chart, right? Take a look at this, right? When we zoom out to the 4-hour chart, see this 5,400 level? See how we had previous support here? See how we had previous support here? Some previous rejections here? Look at how the market perfectly respected that level today. If we zoom into the short term today, you can see how the market is trading right now, and we are starting to find some buyers down here at 5,400, right? Very, very clean. So we don't technically want to start entering those short side trades down at this 5,400 supply. Where we wanted to be entering those short side trades, where we were, is up at that previous channel low that was turning into new highs at 55.70, right? We're trading from the channel high to the channel low in a downside market. That's all we're looking for. So we're trading from this channel low, which was the new channel high. We're looking for short entries in this area, trading it down into the next channel low, which is 5,400, right? You can see, once again, right here, right here. These were your 2 channels. And so if we break under this low, we are looking to short at below that low, see if it creates new highs, short here, target these lows, and then reassess, right? So now this is definitely a reassess situation. We need to see how strong does that 4,500 come in? Do we get that bounce back up, right? And do we start to live within this channel? And if we do bounce back up, can we find new shorts at this channel high? Trading at the major levels, not just taking random trades at any certain point. Major levels, major structure points, 4-hour levels, trading at them and really respecting them. And look at how clean this ES has been, right? If we look at this, it really has been quite a clean trade on this ES. We see this channel right here, 5,400 to 55.70, and then that channel at 56.65. Here's one, right? Here's number 2, and the third one is really big, right? And that could be all the way down to this 5,200. So if we do fail under that 5,400 level in the near future, the one that we're holding right now, that would be where we look for our next short for further downside, right? But right now, the risk reward is not on the short side after today's large downside. After today's large downside, we are now at this previous channel high, right? And we're turning it into support. We don't want to be short there. We would rather be short back at the rejection point right here. So I hope that this is making sense, guys. I know it's a little bit confusing maybe for some of you new out there, but I hope that this is making some sense with the drawings. I hope it's detailing and sort of showing you how this market trades. You can really see how these boxes trade. Here's this, right? This. Here's your channel higher. Here's your channel on the upside there. Here's your low, 5,400, that is holding right now. If we get under 54, that is our new short entry, right? And we don't want to short down at this channel low, so let's look for a pop, and then let's look for reshorts back at that 55.70. Hopefully this makes sense, guys. I hope this analysis helps. Overall, why have I stayed short? Once again, it is the break and retest of this channel low turning into new channel highs. Very, very clean. And why we've had so much success over the last 3 days staying short the S&P 500 futures. So guys, the last thing I want to talk about is the QQQ trade from today, and this really goes into the same analysis that we just went over for the last 5-10 minutes, right? We had this previous low, which was right here at 18,845, right? We had this low, this low, this low. Over the last 3 trading days, we could not fail and hold under 18,845. So today, when we were above that level, I didn't look to short. I looked to see if we could fail back below it, right? So we had that low, and if we break below this low and turn it into rejections, I am looking for that short side entry. That is the break and retest. So if we go into the short-term time frames today, right, take a look at this. We had, let's go ahead, this is the 1-minute chart, and this is today's price action. Early morning, we had some data, which pushed us through that 18,845. It held it, right, which led to more upside. Now, market open, we saw that we started to have that weakness come in pretty much right off the open, breaking below that 18,845. What I looked for at this point was for the market to trade back higher, reject it, and see if there could be some downside action. Now, you'll see in the live trade that I did get faked out of this position momentarily, and you can see exactly where that happened, right? We had the break of 845, we had the retest, but we sort of saw the market get back above it a little bit. And right here, I did get faked out on the position. Now, just like every trade attempt, there's moments where you could get faked. There's moments where you got to take your stops and take that quick loss, but that doesn't mean you just look away and don't look to trade it again. So you'll see in the live trade, I get faked out right here. Now, just about a few minutes later, we saw how the market fell back below that 18,845 and turn it into a rejection, which is where I re-entered my QQQ puts and rode this thing for a beautiful 60% profit, making back my losses and making back myself, putting myself back in the green for the day. 18,845, why did I look to short underneath it? And you'll hear it in the voice chat or in the live trading right here, guys. Look at that low, 18,845. If we're stuck below it, I'm looking for downside, and that is exactly what happened today, and you will see that in the live recording that I am about to share with you now. So I hope you enjoy that. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Press that like button, subscribe. If you want to trade with me live every single day, check out the link down below. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Thank you for all the support, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace out. I'm short Qs. Short Qs. Stop over 18,825 on NASDAQ. Trying it. I'd like to see this. Actually, you know what? I'm moving the stop up a tad to that previous, right near that VWAP. It's like 18,840, 18,845. Or am I going to get faked at the previous day lows? Which is possible. Giving it a second here. 18,845. Okay, taking that quick loss. All right, so we are back above it now, so I'm going to wait. So there was a moment in time, there was that little 2-minute candle that held below it, and so I wanted to take that shot for that really nice continuation, but you can see we are right back above it, so that's why I exited. All right, not going to touch anything yet. Watching this 18,845 level, that previous pre-market, that little pre-market pivot there, but you're starting to hold it now, so I'm not a fan of it. Okay, watching now for a nice clean, I want a nice clean entry here. Nice clean rejection under this 845 level, and I'm game. I still like this. I didn't want to get caught in any type of squeeze back higher. That's why I just took that quick loss. And you can see, look at this wick going back, you know, right, wicking right back up above it. Okay. Yeah, I need this to slow down. So gonna wait for this to slow down a little bit. So this is what I'm looking at on the NASDAQ here, guys. All right, you can see we're just sitting right above that morning hold from the data. I'd really like a clean hold below that for any type of short entry. Give me a nice little 2-minute candle stuck below 845 and I'm in. I'm in. I'm doing it. I'm trying it again here. 457 puts again. Stop over that. I'm going to put a stop over that 845. Keep it real tight. Let me see if I can get the follow through this time. If not, then I'm going to give up on this idea. If I get faked out twice here, then I'm just going to move forward. Move on from it. Too much volatility for me to catch it. And I'm just going to have to accept it. Let's see if I can catch this. It's still very dancy here, guys. Please keep a very tight leash on this idea. This is not something to, you know, let move against you in any type of large manner, right? Make sure to keep this tight. It's a very aggressive scalp. I would try your best to stay in it as long as you're under 845 here. Still holding half. Looking for that next breakdown. Still looks weak under 845. ES is starting to give you the flush as well, so that's good. Come on. Meta, oh my god. Oh, Meta's awesome. Nice. Okay, I'm going to look to scale some off here. Right, 25% there, taking a little bit more off. But okay, that's a nice flush for us there on the Qs. Nice. Nice. All right, taking some more off Qs there. Beautiful. All right, guys, I am pretty confident that you are going to trade to the NASDAQ 200 SMA here. 5440 is that target, yeah, and that 200 SMA, we're coming into it. Here we go. So we got it. Our targets were valid. There's your NVIDIA rejection.